Hi, I just got done listening to my first Mel Robbins podcast, and it's titled 3 Simple Steps to Change Your Life, and it wasn't what I expected it to be because I just heard motivational, and I guess I imagined it as more like the business aspect, and I don't know, after I got about halfway through, I realized how powerful it is and maybe how beneficial this is for somebody else to hear about. And I decided to just kind of journal it out and type it all out. See, I've got makeup on my face, but I'm going to read it out loud in my voice. Again, I did not write any of this. This is from the Mel Robbins podcast from October 5 of 2022 called 3 Simple Steps to Change Your Life. I have it all typed out, so I'm reading it from here. So, bits of this are not all in order, but I did try to write out word for word. I just left out parts that weren't as essential to the story that needed to be. Now, using these 3 steps, I not only changed my life, I've reinvented every aspect of my life over the past 2 years. Today, I'm going to share those steps with you. I'm going to tell you the whole story, and I want to help you. I want to inspire and empower you to make the changes that you have been thinking about as you go about your day-to-day life. Speaking of life, I think about life as one long road trip. Your past right now is behind you. It's in the rearview mirror. In the future, it's right out that windshield. That's why the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror, because we're not going backwards, people. We're not doing that to ourselves. We're going ahead. And you know what's right in front of you? An open road. Every single birthday, I believe, is a mile marker on this road trip called life. It's a chance to pull over for a second and think about the open road ahead. Where do you want to go next? How fast do you want to go? How slow? Who do you want to have in that car with you? There's endless metaphors about this, and it helps me think about this major topic about reinvention and change. Now, I love birthdays, and I'm sure you do too. I love them for so many reasons. Because every time you're celebrating a birthday, think about what you're actually celebrating. We're celebrating the fact that you're still here. We're celebrating your existence, that you're breathing, that you're alive. How cool is that? You want to know what else we're celebrating when we celebrate your birthday? We're celebrating the possibility and magic that your life and the future and that next year holds for you. Now, there's one part of celebrating your birthday that I want you to really think about, okay? You know that moment when the cake comes out? Your mom or your dad, your spouse or your friends or the waiter, they bring out that cake and the candles are burning on top and everyone starts singing happy birthday to you. And then they put the cake down, you look at the candles, you close your eyes, and you make a wish. And for just that moment, time stops. Have you ever noticed that as that cake gets closer to you and you start going inside thinking about the wish that you're going to make, you don't even hear anybody singing anymore. You hear something inside yourself. You hear something deep from within. You close your eyes, you grab that wish, and you blow out those candles as if it's going to magically make that wish come true. And when you open your eyes, you're present to the wish. You feel excited for the year and you can almost see all the new possibility that you could tap into in the year ahead. Well, researchers have a name for this exact moment. It's called the fresh start effect. When you make that birthday wish, you break from your past self and this transformational window of time opens up. You think bigger. You feel hopeful and inspired. There's some incredibly interesting research that explains why these moments are so powerful. It's as if a birthday opens you up to a clean slate, a new page, a fresh start at a whole new year. This feeling inside of you ignites an intrinsic, motivational, aspirational force that's hardwired within you to change. Now, you've experienced this fresh start at other times in your life too. Just think about the new year, January 1st. Hello, fresh start effect. Now, January 1st is one of those moments where all of a sudden last year ends. Boom, slam the door to that year. Something opens up, a whole new slate, a whole new you. The things that you feel are imperfect about you or your life, and the things that you judge yourself for. When you stop judging yourself and you stop focusing on what you think is wrong about your life, you open up the floodgates to what it might be. So let's go back to that moment when you make that wish on your birthday. As soon as you see that cake coming, with those candles burning, you go in. You stop hearing everyone singing. You close your eyes. Why? Because mentally, a new accounting period is opening up. You stop caring about the song and the people around you and what's happening outside of you. You tune into what you're feeling on the inside in your heart and your soul. What you dream about, that thing that's calling from you deep inside that you normally can't hear because you're so focused on all the stupid stuff that we all obsess about. No one even has to tell you to close your eyes. You see that cake coming, you know that you can make a wish. You just do it naturally. And when you go inward, you're disrupting the circuitry of your old thinking, your old judgments, and your past habits. For just a moment, you're escaping the old you, and then you make the wish. A wish for what could be, what could happen this year and the next year of your life. And the same thing happens at the end of the year when you make resolutions. Not the ones you share at a party. I'm talking about the real ones that you write down in a journal. You know that moment after a really painful breakup? This one takes a little bit of time because you basically need to cry and feel bad about yourself for about a month or two, And then one morning you wake up and realize, oh my gosh, I'm happy that's over. I'm better off single, and you let go of the relationship and the version of you who was holding on to it for so long. And more importantly, in that moment of acceptance, you stop judging yourself and you realize that you'll be okay. No, you'll be more than okay. You'll be great because of this. And then you'll start to do the work to create a better life. You snap out of all the stressful bullshit that's going on and the relentless self-criticism, and you have this mental freedom, this temporary break from your normal negative thinking, and you allow yourself to consider the bigger picture. You allow yourself to envision the future you. You tap into your deepest hopes, your wildest dreams, and your most exciting aspirations. You see a vision or a better life. You see that, yes, you deserve to be happy. You can turn the page on the past and start writing that new chapter today. I can kind of laugh about it now because I'm on the other side of this thing, but when you're in it, it can be overwhelming. If I go back in time and talk to the 52-year-old me, here's what I would do. I would say, first of all, that's a lot. You should have a cry. Then I would give Mel a big, huge hug because in a moment like that, we need reassurance. But then comes the tough love. I'd be like, look, Mel, you gotta remember who you are. You can face this. Then I would drop this quote on her. Hey, woman, if you want to fly, you've got to give up the shit that weighs you down. Toni Morrison said that, and boy, ain't that the truth. You've got to give up the shit that weighs you down. And a lot of times, at least with me, the shit that's weighing me down, it's my own attitude. I know you can relate to that. The old saying is, it is what it is. No, it isn't. It's what you make it to be. The fact is, there's always something you can do to make yourself feel just a little bit better. And when you do something that makes you feel a little better, no matter what's going on, that boost in your mood, the boost in your attitude is essential to helping you face any challenge and improve any situation. There were 3 things that I did and that I continued to do over the past 2 years and that I continue to do now, all of which is rooted in research to pick myself back up and face the mess that my life had become, and more importantly, to start doing the work to create the life that I wanted. I believe that you are capable of changing. I do. Where do you begin? Step number 1, you begin by making a wish. Just like that moment on your birthday when you close your eyes and wish for something to come true in this next year of your life. Right now, do the same. Close your eyes and think about the next year of your life. What do you want the next year of your life to look like? Begin by making a wish. All you need to know is you don't want to stay in the place that you're in right now. That right there is a wish for something better. If you know what you don't want, it's very easy to change. As soon as you start removing or letting go of things that aren't working, you'll see all new possibilities. I made a wish. I identified some things that I could do that would make me feel a little better, and I also changed my attitude. And if I can do it, so can you. Wipe away the tears and start taking action. Self-awareness is critical. Recognizing that you feel lost or disconnected or suspended between your old life and your new life, overwhelmed, whatever you feel, it's just so important to name it. Because when you name it, you bring it out of your body and into the world, and then you can do things to tame that feeling. Step number 2, move your body. Because all the negative emotion is trapped in your body right now, and it's only through exercise and motion that you'll move it out of your body and you'll change your emotional state. Step number 3, the best advice about happiness is happy people do things that make them happy. And so after you move your body and you change your emotional state, do one thing that makes you happy, even if it's just buying yourself some flowers. Continue to remind yourself that this is temporary. This moment is temporary. This feeling is temporary. So is your life. Maybe that's why birthdays are overwhelming, because they always make you think about the timeline of your life. Act like the person you want to become in the future, no matter how you feel in the present moment. Every morning, wake up Take one action that aligns with what you want or the person you want to become. That action, it represents one brick. Find anyone that has the life you want or has made the change that you want to make. The career, the relationship, the body, the family, the friend group. Anytime you see someone who has already made the change you want to make in your life, tell yourself there's proof it exists. Use people as evidence that yes, you can have what you wish for too if you're willing to work for it. See them as lights on your path. They're not extinguishing your light. You're a light on the path for someone else and you don't even realize it. Think about that for a second. You are just a step or two ahead of someone else. Somebody else's success and happiness does not rob you of yours. Their success means it is possible for you too. There's unlimited success, happiness, and fulfillment in the world. You're not in competition with anyone. The only one that can rob you of the success, happiness, and fulfillment that you deserve is you and your excuses and fears and sitting around waiting to feel motivated. One day can change everything. What will you do with yours?